Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode number 14 of Direwolf20. So, last episode we continued on our awesomeness of the journey through Applied Energistics 2 with some under I/O automation on the backside of here, which of course I did not have the time to fancy up, because I did some other stuff down there, which you will see in a second. The suspense. So I also added that normal furnace here with just a double layer capacitor because I didn't feel like using our precious little ender pearls. And didn't think it's something that you guys and girls really need to see because it's basically just the same. The difference is this one is just for alloys and this is just for furnacing with the conduit binders. Because I taught our system a few more things. And actually at the moment we are at the limit which we can support with the cables that we have, which is in total 6 of the ME interfaces, completely full. Even one pedal is in here, which I didn't have the time and space and things to do, which of course we will do maybe this episode, kinda having the upgraded version of the crafting smarts and stuffs with peer-to-peer networks, yes. And between the episodes, I moved all our things from down below up here, because if we go down, 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 as you can see, no more ugly holes, just some very ugly white marble stuff all over the place. And over on this side we got our setup for the crystal making stuff. Pretty basic. On the bottom here is the fluid tank with some lava. Then of course we have the filter and the spent filter material for our purifier here. This one is the smelter, just throw your stuff in there, auto smelting. With on the back side of here, of course, our good old liquid monitor and such, and it's working nicely. Set up everything so that's basically the same that we already had, and blah and bloop. On the finally, our crystal is growing in here. Why do I have that? Probably because I moved also and fancied just to set them up our stuff here. If you can remember, we had that ugliness that was the battery and the quarry and all those things on the backside of the top of there. So now everything looks just a tad neater with, of course, our super circuit maker plates, which I changed around the texture pack, deleted the redstone torch, and now it's just a basic vanilla Minecraft redstone torch, and now no issues anymore with the textures, which is fine. I really don't care about redstone torches that much, and up there, well, why not? Let's do them, do them their thing. It's better this way. I can see what we do than have it just being fancy and weird and whatever. Of course, all the rest stayed the same. Battery of this one here, this one is set up to 25 full. He starts the signal and with 90% he stops it. This one here is set up so that you just output to the adjacent one and not input back into it, because otherwise it would generate an infinite loop with looping around like crazy and then maybe explosions. No, probably not, but let's not dwell on things here. And of course we got an output on this side connected to the main power line down there over to that, and then going into our main line that's on the top of here. I did also place down another lever down here because, well, yeah, you know, had to place down another terminal down here because it was completely crazy just running up there and running back down and running up and running down and running down, because as you can see, yep, kinda started preparing our little hallway that we are going to make. The entrance here is not done yet. This will be certainly changed because, well, it doesn't fit with the kind of cleanish theme that we want, or that we have going on over here, because they look kind of dirty and brickish. Yeah, of course they are stone bricks, but you know what I mean. Probably you don't need to be there. You are my avatar. Nice. Of course, over to this side I was not able to do anything, because there is also something else on the outside of here. Oh yeah, fancy. An oak door. No, it's a spruce door. I lied. As you can see, I prepared a little area down here. And of course also on top. Just kidding here. Let's get out of there. And there is a zombie, which I don't like. Let's close the door. Where is my sword? There you are. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Please die. Thank you. As you can see, a little bit of a canola farm going on here. Because today, actually, we are not completely finished. This is not... It's just kind of... I want to do a kind of base overlook first of what we got, and what then a little bit about what we still need and where stuff is going, and then after we have done that, and now I'm not also not able to talk anymore, apparently, after we have done the kind of overlook of what's actually here, what's coming, we will do the farming, and maybe also can come into the energy generation already, because canola can of course be used to generate a decent amount of energy, which is something renewable, and that's actually what we want. So we got also on the top of here, of course, our good old machines, and down there also our storage. And let's sleep a second here, because you know how it is. Never a good idea to go outside when it's nighttime and you don't have any armor. And where are we? Yeah, the outside. Of course, we have then also our outside area here with our smeltery, which is in the middle of the way. We got our botania set up, kinda, or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much nothing really for botania. It's actually meh, kind of a disappointment. But of course we will dwell into more stuff of botania soonish, maybe. And also we got our farm edge for the good old rubber thing, the resin, and a little bit of a manual farm here, a little bit of a manual farm there, manual wood farm over there, ender portal, not ender portal, yeah, the nether portal, kind of sugarcane farm right there where the crosshair is. You can barely see it. And then of course we have our good old thingy, the, what should we call it, the blood altar set up in middle of nowhere, or kind of middle in the way, would be better. Backside of here are set up for that, with a mob farm that's completely, totally and utterly useless. So that's basically the situation that we have right now. A bit of everything everywhere, nothing really fits together nicely. Oh yeah, of course we have our IC2 machines also here, which kind of actually are pretty neat. Actually, one of the few things that I think did make not really a sense. But no. The only thing that's kinda looking kinda neat, I think. That tunnel here, kinda like that, really. Which is why we will transfer this kind of from here to all over there, where we have our Ender IO, another tunnel in there with some more of that things, which will look nice. And then on the back side of here we got nothing. Just a pretty empty hole, which is going in there. Kinda cave-ish. Yeah, a cave. Ha. So, what do we want to do? Well, first of all, not go back here, because that's looking very ugly here. we kinda want and need some renewable energy, which the best way that's probably done with the canola stuff, because farming that is actually not that bad, especially with the farmer from the actually additions mod. It says it uses 1500 RF per operation, but when it's not doing anything, it's not using a single RF per tick. So kinda tested it. I like it a little bit better than the farming station from Nrio, which is constantly using the energy, except you give it a redstone signal to stop and such. And so probably we will go the route of the farmer. Yeah, that's probably the way we... Yeah, Nori crystal, this is all just basically block of iron, which kinda makes me want to automate the atomic reconstructor. But automating that would mean we need to get our channel system up and running desperately, because we are running on 8 channels here. Let me show you guys goals. See, 8 channels here, also 8 channels here, of course only one here, and a few going in from the top, which of course 16, 17, about 20-ish channels. It's just ridiculously nothing in comparison to what we are used to have with our applied energetic system, where we did need kinda 7x7, completely full almost, 4 channels, and still wouldn't have had enough, kinda, almost. Yeah, okay, exaggerating there, just a tad. But if you did watch the Skyblock Factory or Skyblock Infinity Evolved series, you know what I'm talking about. And of course, with Direwolf20, we should take the same route and try to automate everything from the start to the beginning, to the top, to the bottom, and so on. And I'm just talking nonsense. And I'm out of air. So, now, let's see. We got the energy that we need, or we do need to make the farming, which needs the automation, which kinda the only thing that we really actually do need to do right now would be the channel system coming up and doing those things that it does, where we get gazillions of channels available to us. Probably the one that we should take a look right now. You know what we probably also should do? First of all, turn you on, and you are using right now, let's do you, nope, yeah, about 80-ish, 75-ish RF, which is not that much. We can sustain that for a while with our awesome 1700-ish generation that we have down there. So, let's see. Controller. Nope. Yeah, I thought the system how to do them. So, 8. Let's see. A 9x9. You are able to craft everything. You should have everything. Ooh, how much Certus quartz? Yeah, we probably should really take a look into some more quarrying here. Quarry, quantum uni, yeah, nope, and nope. Miner? Advanced miner, yeah, no, those are a little bit in the future. Mechanical miner, of course not. Nope, 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 nope. Which means we probably should get our builder back up and running. Yep. Which means... girl says we need more stuff. Are we able to sustain a new world dimension stuff? Dimension inscriber. Yeah, that should be doable. That should also be doable. The dimension builder, the editor we don't need. You also should be doable. Matter. Yeah. Yeah, it's already 6, 7, 8 ender pearls. But then of course we would also need... Nope. Oh, curses. Curses! What should we... We kinda need everything. So, let's make a plan. Let's first of all get that channel system up and running. Peer-to-peer. We got some here. We can make some more, which is nice. So let's make for now... We need one for the thing over there. We need another connection for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kinda don't like that. Because I kinda want to have one channel system for this room. Which means one for that. Second one for that direction. A third one for this room. And a fourth one for that. Which... Let's do 4 controllers for now in total, which means we need 3, which, bam, luckily I tested a few things between the episodes and we have some of that stuff. Of course, Skystone is in our thingy over here because, well, no? Should be, yeah, should be, nice. Because, of course, this is the dedicated stuff for our applied synergistic system. Awesome! Now, let's get some cables. Not cable. Cable. Smart. Some of you. Yeah, that should be good. So, how are we going to want this? I want them kinda to be floating in midair. Let's get a little bit of the good old cable. Kinda centralized, which of course with 4 is not that easy. Okay, for appearance's sake, we need to make another one. Yup. Otherwise, I'm getting crazy, and maybe some of you will also get completely crazy, and that's something we don't want. And just one more controller is not that bad on our resources. I will curse later probably when we are out of them, but that's what it is. So you, and of course we should also color them. What's involved in a matter condenser? Can we make... yeah, we should be able to do glass and fluix dust. Fluix dust, which should be actually very fast, and some glass. Come on, do it. Do it. Thank you very much. Glass, matter condenser, transfer pipe, cable gen, something. Can we make something? Yeah, that needs 1 energy. Yeah. Transfer pipes. Can we make some Probably yes. So you need some of you. Well, which gives us already 64, which is a lot. So you and some of you. And let's get a solar panel. That one. Can we make that? Almost. Just a bit of you. Which gives us 3, which lets... some hair. Which lets us make 6, which is awesome. And of course we should probably sleep through the night. And then we will find a temporary solution for you guys. Which probably should be right on the outside of here. Maybe, kinda. Yeah, let's do that. So, 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. And just because we may get a few... should we... You have line of sight, right? Yeah, nice. Now we can make a bucket of lava, which... Do we have some buckets? Of course not. How else would it be? 2 buckets. Let's get some lava, which I know for certainty some is down here. Boom. Snagged it. And some water. La 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 la. Where do I have some water? Probably on the outside. Yeah, let's get some water. Boom. Now let's make a cobble gen. Just a basic for now that can chill out right here. Nah, maybe not. You know what? For now, you can be just here. Yeah. So, water, a cobblestone, and a bucket of lava. Nope. You. With that, and of course, I totally forgot about the upgrade thingy. Whoops. Which upgrades? Mining. Ooh, do you need mining? Do you need? Of course you do need that. Which needs a resonator, which needs not really that much. And of course the resonator needs 8. So back to making that solar panels. Boom. Done. Another solar. You. That and that, which is another set of 6. Which of course we need because, you know, yeah, that's how it is. And all of that just in the name of science stuff. Not really, but, well, also, yes, really. So, the resonator, for now can just chillax here. We get ourselves one of those peeps. Put it in there, and you have enough energy, which is nice. So, the mining upgrade thing needs a golden pickaxe. Of course, we are out of sticks. Of course. I really did not teach the system to do that. Apparently not. That's... really. Mining upgrades. Now, do we have enough? Of course we have. And you are done. Upgrade base. Boom, boom, done. Awesome. Now let's also get a chest. No, of course not. We want the matter condenser and a storage cell. For now, this one will be enough. You, of course, are crafting that, which means while we are waiting here, we can plop you at least in there. so that you may already start doing your thing. Maybe. Boom. Cobblestone. Thank you very much. With that on top, and you of course are condensed into matter balls. And you of course cannot store anything because you don't have a thing. But you are still pumping out stuff here, which is not what I want you to do. So for now, you with you. And no pipette. Yeah, thank you. Are you done, my dear good sir? Maybe. Nah, not really. But probably almost. What else do we need there? We need that matter ball thingy. How is it called? The color applicator? Yeah, that's the one. You really... You need... Of course we don't have any of those things. Quartz glass and fluid stuff. Quartz glass. Let's make 10 or 12. You are doing that. Probably shouldn't waste that much of our resources. Probably would be a better idea. No, of course we only needed one of those. Fluids we could do with a few. Let's make 10. And we will of course use some pure stuff, because otherwise we don't have enough stuff. No, really not. Come on, do your thing. Thank you. You did also already craft the thingy that we wanted, the storage cell. Yes, awesome. We need one of you. Can we do that? Not yet. Because you are still crafting those, which we can pause or cancel, because we don't need you to do that. Awesome. Now let's place our thingy in there, hook it up, and then we get some matter balls. Boom. And you get there, which means matter ball time. Nice. Of course, very slow, because very slow cobble gen. But at least it's doing it without needing any energy or whatever. Well, it needs one grid power thing, but that's that. So, color applicator. You are still crafting the 12 of the pure things. Which means probably maybe you are done. Color applicator doing those? Nope. You don't tell me you are stuck up there. It was working perfectly. Come on. Tell me you are just still not finished. Yeah, no, you are not finished. I am, since that incident with the Hopperhawk, I am kinda a little bit hesitant to leave that just alone. Because, yeah. Meh. So, one of you, energy cell. Thank you very much. We need a formation core also. Formation core. And a color applicator. If we do that, we just need the formation core, on which are, of course, it's the pure certain quartz crystal. When we finally get our stuff up and running back, then we will do some more nice things. Come on. I want to get that peer-to-peer network up and running. So you, and you. Nice. Can we color them in another way? Not not just 4 of them. Could do 8, but that's not helping at all. And the question is, where did the other weights, the 8th one, go? Yeah, now I know. So how about that core? Come on, I know you can do it faster. Did they change the timings? It used to be about a minute, not about 10. At least it feels like 10, 20 even. Maybe 30 whole episode to just grow one of those. Nah, come on. Come on. Maybe dance around a little bit. That helps sometimes. Hey, dancing. Or just dancing around in circles. That's witchcraft. Hey, it's done. Nice. So, how about that formation core? Boom. Color applicator. Of course, that needs also chests. The thing chests. The ME chests. Which is a lot of stuff that we don't have. Oh, so much stuff that we need. We need some normal glass. Which shouldn't be a problem. Which was here and here. We need some more cable. Just one more. I know you are needing two. Bam! And a terminal. Which is here. Boom. And you should not take too long. Logic processor is actually kind of fast. Not really. That's why I wanted to teach it in the acceleration cards. But nope. No processing power available. Or no channels available. Terminal, ME chest, done. Awesome. So you can chill out here. For now you will be thrown into there, and now we can put some metal balls in there if we have enough. Probably not. Not even close, probably. Which means we have to wait until next episode to let that run. Maybe a few hours, which I will go offline and just chillax. Yep, we got one. One whole metal ball. Nice. So there goes that down the drain. Yay! But we are also at a good point to finish up the episode. So we got a few things done. We prepared kinda the thing here, which I should have done between the episodes actually. But well, now it's done, and what's done is done. So we did also a little bit of base overview and where we are going. Kinda you can guess that by the whole rumbling and mumbling that I was doing after we finished the base tour. Because it's kind of what's going on. So quarry, ender, flight. Yeah, flight is something we really need. Auto processing, energy, farming, nether stars for the quarry. We need a mob farm, which we probably will then combine directly with the blood altar thing. So we have really a lot of stuff to do. And of course then also automate all those things that I just mentioned and even more. But if we got until all those things, I kind of think we are in a good shape to really start with the series and cruise along with a load of stuff and then go completely nuts and crazy and build an awesome empire in our most awesome spot that we have here. Which, let me show you again. Ha! I love it. I love it. And sometimes since I have that opening here, it was just standing here and kind of, love it. Love it. But for now, I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this episode Of course, as usual, should you have enjoyed it, I would appreciate if you could drop me a like, and if you are new to the channel, you could consider yourself also subscribing. And for now, thanks for watching and see you next time.